Now, Australians are being warned to get ahead on their Christmas shopping due to major delays in international supply chains. One of the nation's leading freight specialists, which works with some of the biggest retailers, says deliveries could be delayed up to 6 months. Joining me live is Global Forwarding Director Enrica Santarami. Enrica, a very good morning to you. Thanks for getting up so early. But all these border closures, as we were discussing off air, are now starting to really wreak havoc.
Good morning, Tim. Yes. These border closures are causing a world of woe in supply chain and deliveries. Unfortunately, our gateway to have products entering the country has been severely undermined by constant lockdowns in Australia and other countries, port congestion, high freight rates, shipping lines really throwing a spanner in the works with their services, their routings, their lack of equipment. It has been quite challenging, yes, Tim.
Let's break this down to a few of the things that, we look towards at Christmas time. Of course, Santa's going to have a very busy time and his helpers, of course, but technology and youngsters in particular always want to have the very latest in technology.
Okay, so I have boys and who love their tech. And what I'm saying is Santa's going to do his very, very best, but it may just be the Easter Bunny that will be delivering what you want, not Santa.
So Santa might be delivering possibly something which is of an older take than
Correct.
The latest.
That's right, yes.
And I speak to many of my friends in the automotive industry, and getting supplies is really difficult. The demand is high.
Yes. So we saw quite a bit of activity in purchasing cars throughout 2020. And I have a theory about that, but I won't really say what that is. I mean, we had a lot of, there was a lot of JobKeeper money out there and a lot of access to early super. So there was quite an extended and extensive activity in purchasing toys like cars and jet skis and whatever. Now, dealerships are more than happy to take your deposits, but there'll be a very long wait for new cars. And we're actually seeing 12 to 18 months from purchase order right through to delivery.
And then we've got to look at government rules that are in place now. Now we're seeing a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for Sydney and Melbourne. What would you like to see from the federal government, the state governments around Australia, to allow things to move a little quicker, a little easier?
Yeah, so Tim, it's really a double, triple whammy, because we don't just have the international delays in the supply chain. Once the goods get to Australia, and something that the media is not giving any airtime to is we don't just have border closures and all the COVID testing that truck drivers have to do, but we also have consistent and daily industrial relations disputes on our waterfront. And we're not hearing about it. We're hearing about it. We're in the thick of it. But, your viewers out there are probably not aware that there are port strikes pretty much every day across Australia. So we've had situations where it's been faster to have, we can get containers from Shanghai to Port Botany in, say, 19 days. And then we haven't even been able to get into Port Botany. The shipping lines have had to bypass Sydney, get it into Brisbane, and then we've had to rail and truck things from Brisbane or from Melbourne to other parts of Australia because shipping lines are saying it's too risky to actually get into Sydney or Melbourne because of the port strikes, so we're bypassing these ports. So we haven't just had international issues impacting the supply chain. We've also got our own internal domestic issues, which are really crazy. In the middle of a pandemic, we should not be having these additional issues impacting the supply chain. So my call to action, and not just me, but all of my industry colleagues, is let's just open the borders, domestic and international, so that trucks can go through and flow. The products need to just flow through the nation and end these lockdowns. Enough's enough.
But particularly, look, we're going to see that happen over the next few months anyway, but that particularly the border between New South Wales and Victoria, some of the other states are going to be a bit more protracted. We know that is one border that really needs to open as soon as possible, because you're talking about the two biggest states in Australia.
Correct. Absolutely. And Tim, it's not just toys and cars. It's also essential, above all, essential goods, essential items that have to go through.
Yeah, absolutely, Erica. Hopefully we're going to have a brighter Christmas and good days ahead. Thanks for coming on this morning.
You're most welcome. Thank you.